Hi there, I'm Janel Ross, your coach to help you with your mobility, flexibility, and strength. Whether you are working on a marathon, in the garden, or you've been traveling, this is for you to help create some mobility and space and freedom so you can do the things you love. So this class is all about twists. However, it is to help create space and mobility, like equal harmony from the upper body to the lower body. You're gonna feel your quads, get a nice quad stretch, side glutes, but you're also gonna get some movement in the upper back, the spine, and your core. So it's a potpourri of a lot of things, but in a very precise and efficient way. You will need your yoga mat and one block for one specific pose, but maybe have two just in case you need to use it for both hands. But right now you only need one. So I'm gonna set it aside for the moment and then we'll get to it. So I'm gonna turn to the side and you're gonna place your feet down, lift your chest and bring your feet as wide as the mat, straight arms, and start to just hammock the legs side to side, creating some space and mobility in the hip socket. And just notice if you feel any tension just by moving the thigh bone. Okay, now pivot the right knee down, lift your chest. And it's okay if you did the other side, but I want you to play with your spine. So see if you can roll out the spine and the hips and a fluid movement. And don't think about how you do it, just play with moving. Think about like just rolling out. Because oftentimes we think about something and then it just takes away the creative aspect and just being able to flow with it. All right, release and let go to the other side, pivot the knee down and roll out the spine. And just notice how it feels on the other side. Is it as fluid and mobile? All right, now come back to center and shake out the legs. Come into your Dandasana position and wiggle side to side so you're on your sit bones, sitting tall, getting into the whole back body, opening it up and see what it feels like just to sit in this position. So let's take care of the wrist because we're going to be on your palms in different positions and we want to make sure we're prepared for weight-bearing movements. So hug the elbows in so you're not moving your forearms, knuckles forward, and just start to circle out the wrist. And sitting up tall so you're working your back body. And just keep the knuckles facing forward so it's primarily your wrist joint and not your shoulders or your forearms taking over. Reverse the circles. Keep sitting up tall. Release and shake it out. Okay, now you're going to take the back of the palm down, spread the fingers, tall spine, and lean back. So it's not very far to lean back. So you lean back to the point where you feel a stretch. And then shift forward and release. And it can be quite intense, so just go very slow, very gentle, lean back and stretch. But I do want you to feel the release because we're always like really using our hands and our wrists and we want to give them some love back. Shift back, this is our last one. Stay with your breath. And slowly shift forward. And now just gently just shake it out. Okay, again, check into your sit bones, make sure you're seated nice and tall. Just gonna play with a little bit of a forward fold into Paschimottanasana. Not the deepest, because we're not warmed up, but I just want you to explore where your end range is. So lengthen your spine, hinge from the hip, and reach your sternum forward, back of the neck long. Stay with your breath. And just notice how it feels to add upper body weight over the legs. If you're feeling anything in the lower back, meaning it's intense, and if your spine starts to round, come up. Okay, slowly draw your torso upright. Now bend the right knee and cross the ankle, the foot over the left quad, dorsiflex the foot, and you're gonna pull that right knee over to the left shoulder, and then wrap the elbow crease around the shin, Right palm behind, lift your chest and rotate. Really hug that knee into the chest, getting into the side glute, sitting up tall. Keep the left kneecap facing the sky and look back. Breathe into the compression and the right side glute. Now, slowly release, come back to center, unwind, adjust onto both sit bones, and now let's do the other side. So draw the knee in, dorsiflex the foot, cross the foot over the thigh, keep the kneecap up, and even lean back so you can get more of that exhale to pull the knee over and then sit upright. That's a really helpful tip and trick just to really get into the side glute. The more you exhale, the deeper you can rotate. Now, right elbow crease around the left shin. Hopefully you're feeling that stretch here, because I always do. And then left palm behind, spread the fingers. Everything is active and prepared for the movement, and keep rotating your spine. You can bend your elbow as much as you need. Keep rotating, staying with your breath. Sitting up tall. Notice how the side glute feels on this side. And slowly release back to center and adjust onto your sit bones. Now you're gonna grab the block. Okay, so the key to this, it's all core work, and I want you to really feel the obliques. Now, you wanna press into the block where you can't see any of space between the palms. They're really pressing in the fingers and the heel of the palm. So it's nothing like that. You wanna really press in, and then it's kind of even like a chaturanga. You wanna keep pressing, squeezing the elbows toward each other. So tall spine, bring your legs closer together, a little bit of a plantar flexion. Inhale and exhale, start to lean back and rotate, trying to get that elbow behind as you twist, and come back up. And exhale, reach the elbow behind and come back up. And you're just gonna go pressing into the block, side to side, leaning back, squeezing into the block, pressing into the block as you rotate. And see if you can really feel the exhale as you rotate. Keep reaching that elbow behind, really feeling your obliques support the lean back and the rotation. Keep your chest broad. Go for one more side each. Stay with your breath. And slowly come back up. And now you can release the block and just come to kneel for a moment. Roll out the shoulders and reverse the circles. Okay, come into quadruped, spread the fingers wide, curl the toes and lift your chest, look up. Exhale, round into cat, empty out all the breath. Curl the toes, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And now the last one, you're gonna stay in cat. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Stay in cat. Really push your forward chin to the chest. I'm going to just move my head a little bit so you can hear me without muffle. Now, curl the left toes. Keep the right foot plantar flex. Stay in cat and circle out the right ankle. Keep staying in cat. I know it's a little bit of cognitive work, but that's the plan. And reverse the circle. Stay in your cat, stay in your cat. And now curl the right toes, plantar flex the left, lift the foot and circle. And just notice if it's difficult or a little challenging to circle. Reverse the circle if you didn't already. Stay in cat, stay in cat. And now release. Okay. Now from this position, pull the left hip and shoulder away from each other. Get into those obliques. And come back to center. And now pull the right shoulder and hip away. Get into the obliques. Feel those ribs expand. And slowly come back to center. And now one more time. Left shoulder and hip away from each other. See if you can feel the length. And slowly come back to center, and now the right. Pull the shoulder and the hip away, feel that stretch. And come back to center. Okay, inhale, the right arm up, look up. And exhale, thread at a diagonal. You can bend the elbow and reach toward the knee. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach toward the knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach toward the knee. Now you're going to stay there, shift your butt toward your heel, use your left palm, place the right elbow down, so you're sitting on your heels best you can. Bring the palms to heart center, and you're going to push to get those thumbs toward the sternum. Really feel that opening in the upper back, that big spinal twist. And then you're going to pulse and really push the top palm into the bottom. And feel that range of motion, really opening up the upper back, but also the chest. As your hips, you're trying to keep your hips fixed. It might be a little bit less. And then release, come back to quadruped. I'm actually going to turn around so you can see me a little bit better to do the other side. Okay, now from quadruped, take the left arm up and exhale, reach at a diagonal. Bend the right elbow, inhale, reach up, and exhale at a diagonal, so past the knee. Inhale, reach up, and exhale. One more, inhale, reach up, exhale. Now, sit back, use your right palm to help get the left elbow down, try and get outside the thigh, press the palms, and then pulse. And how is the range of motion on this side? Really opening up. So you already did one side. Is it helping? Or does this feel like a whole new world in this position? Keep pulsing, trying to get those thumbs toward the sternum. Sitting on your heels. And slowly release. Bring the palms down. Good, and make your way into downward facing dog. Stretch out the spine, you can push your butt up and back, and then pivot the hips and the feet out side to side. Feeling that stretch in the spine, the outer hip. And now come back to center, and push the heels down, stretch out the spine. And now walk your feet to your palms, let your head go. We'll just do this for a few rounds. Circle all the way up, look up and squeeze the glutes. Hinge from the hip, exhale, fold. Inhale, circle up, look up and squeeze the glutes. Exhale, fold. And one more. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, fold. Walk out to downward facing dog. Stretch out the spine. And now, so downward facing dog, maybe your heels are lifted, but now we're purposely going to walk the feet in till the heels are flat. So a shorter downward facing dog. Push with the right palm. You're going to take your left palm to the right ankle and pull your chest through to the right. Look past your right armpit. Keep pushing, keep the hips square. Release back to center on the other side. Right palm to left ankle, push with the left, pull your chest through. Keep the hips square and bring the palm down and come down onto your knees. And just roll out the shoulders. And we're just going to take a moment to take care of the wrists because we're going to go a little bit deeper. So from here, have the elbows in, and you can sit any way you'd like. And circle the wrists. And then we're going to give them a big stretch before we go any deeper and reverse the circle. Okay, now shake them out, and this will be helpful for the next few poses. Bring the back of the palms together and elbows toward the floor. Lift your chest. And just breathe into the back side of the wrist. It'll help for the next pose, I promise you. This is always great to do anytime you need a quick wrist stretch. Just make sure you're not doing this. You really want to relax the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start in Virasana. So you're going to sit on your heels. I might mess up the right and left side, so just pay attention to the names. So left palm down, right arm up. Okay, and I want you to really think about lifting and opening up the chest on the left. From this position, step your right foot forward and push the hips. I want you to feel a quad stretch right through here. Breathe into that quad stretch. Keep squeezing the left glute and reach the right arm up. Now you're going to stay in this position and now take the left and really use those glutes to lift the hips, and start to reach the arm overhead. Maybe walk the feet out a little bit, lift, squeeze the glutes, and slowly lift the heels and pivot down. You're gonna cross the left knee over the right. Try and do that so you can stay with how we're going into this position. Bring the feet wide and sit back with your butt, your sit bones between the feet, so you're not sitting on your heels. Into cow face, Gomukhasana. Place your palms on your ribs, spread your fingers, and circle your rib cage around your hips, giving your ribs a little bit of sass, opening up the upper body, and reversing the circles. And really feel that mobility in that upper part of the body. Okay, we're just gonna unwind, so bring the palms down and unwind the legs. So we start back in Virasana. Okay, right palm down, and again, open up the chest, take the left arm up. Inhale and exhale, step the left foot forward, push through the hip, and breathe into that top of the hip, all the way through the quad, and make sure you're pushing with that right palm. Keep the chest lifted, and now step the right foot and lift, and reach the arm overhead. Squeeze the glutes, keep lifting. See how much more you can lift. Lift the heels. Now cross the right over the left. Bring the feet wide and sit down into your cow face pose, and give yourself time to wiggle onto those sit bones. Sitting up tall, again, place the palms on the ribs and circle the torso, circling around and reversing the circle. Okay, now release. Place the palms down, unwind the legs. All right, so just for a moment, this next pose is very important. You gotta keep your head down. If you lift your head, you're coming into extension. We wanna stay in flexion. So you're gonna move, nuance the foot in the palm. So just follow me and take your time, because it can be a little bit fun and playful. So start from downward facing dog. I'm gonna move a little bit more forward so I have more mat space. Okay, from here, inhale the right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Draw some circles with the ankle and reverse the circle. And then lower down, and we'll do left side. Left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and draw some circles. And reverse the circles. And lower down. Come back to open 3-point to the right, and really open up that hip. Push straight arms, and start to walk your palms back toward the left leg. Take your left palm to the right foot. Look down, look at the back wall or the back of your mat. Hold on to the foot, start to bend both knees. Lift your chest and move the right arm out to the side, coming into side pistol. Stay here, keep lifting your chest. Now reverse, and slowly bend the knee. You're swiveling the foot in the palm, coming back, let the head go. Coming back to that open 3-point position, and then walking out to downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, walk back, reach the right palm to the foot, start to bend the knee, lower down, move the left arm out to the side, straighten the leg into your side pistol. Variation, keep your chest lifted, and then reverse. So bend the knee, let your head go, that's very important. And start to bring the palm back, walk out, open 3-point, and then release, downward facing dog, and adjust your stance, and pivot the hips, and the feet side to side. Okay, lower down. Last part. Just get it a little bit more in for the upper and lower body. So, gonna take your right leg and line it up with the side of the mat. Your back leg, we're actually gonna bring it so the foot is next to the glute. And adjust so you're on your sit bones so that you can play with this position. Now, you can use a strap, although sometimes I don't feel like it kind of helps, but you can totally try a strap. So the key, there's a few keys in this position. Lining up the straight leg with the side of the mat really helps. You want your belly button and your chest facing the bent leg because you want your ribs in line with the straight leg. There are so many variations of this pose. So from here, you're gonna side bend, right palm up, and you're gonna reach, dorsiflex the foot, reach for the arch of the foot, and then take the left arm over. Try and get that left sit bone down as you thread your chest through. Keep trying to draw that left sit bone down, thread your chest through. Everything is active in this deep side stretch. And just stay with your breath. And now slowly release to come up. Now for the quad stretch. You're gonna keep the knee bent, but just pivot it toward the straight leg. You can do this a couple different ways, but I invite you to go a little deeper if you feel it accessible. So from this position, first lift your chest. You can bring your palms wider to give you more space, but the posterior pelvic tilt is very important. So you're gonna lift the hips, draw the tailbone toward your foot. And then you can stay like this, but actually it helps to go down onto your forearms. If this knee lifts, stop. Do not go on your forearms. That's too much pressure on the knee joint. Now if you're here, keep adjusting the posterior pelvic tilt. You want your pubic bone toward your head. Remember though, we want vibrancy and quality of movement. So lift the chest. Draw the tailbone toward the foot and your pubic bone toward your head. And breathe in to that deep quad stretch all the way through, especially the straight muscle from the hip to the knee. Lift your chest. Bottom ribs in and down. And now slowly draw yourself up. And we're just gonna switch legs and take your time coming out. Okay, so right foot is next to the hip, and then line up the straight leg. And even just getting in the position, you could feel the difference. Maybe the sit bone is not so much down. You'll get more information when you get into the position, but I believe really straightening the leg with the side of the mat helps. So first thing, line up your torso with the bent knee, and then side bend, palm up, reach for the arch of the foot, dorsiflex, and then sweep the arm over. And keep trying to draw that tailbone down as you thread your chest through. And stay with your breath. As you keep threading your chest through, keep trying to draw that right sit bone down. Go for one more breath. Okay, and now slowly reach the arm up. Come up, let's get into that quad stretch. Pivot the knee toward the straight leg. And adjust on your sit bones, lean back, and go for that posterior pelvic tilt. You should feel a stretch immediately in the quad when you do that. And go for lowering down onto your forearm. Remember, if your knee is coming off the mat, don't go on your forearms. Lift the chest, bottom ribs in and down, and the energy is really going all through that quad. Keep reinforcing the posterior pelvic tilts and the chest lifted. And just breathe into that quad stretch. And now slowly draw your torso upright. Shake out the legs. Good. And you are done. So you got upper and lower body all together, getting the side glutes, getting the quads, getting that spinal mobility, the obliques, you got some lat action, opening up the upper back. So you got a lot in a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this. I would love for you to comment, share, and let me know if there's a position or a body part that you would like to focus on or work on. And remember, I am here for you, Janel Ross, to help you with your flexibility, mobility, and strength so that you can do the things that you love right now and going into the future, whether that's working on a marathon or working in the garden, or if you've been traveling and your body just needs a full reset. I'm here for you, and I will see you next week.